Hey everybody, it's Ken. We're fixing to try to start this Super Bee. It's the one that was under the cover. So I got in it, it just clicked, and I thought it was a starter because I checked the battery and it seemed to have plenty of voltage. And then later on it came out, like a week or two later, the battery was dead after charging it. So apparently the thing's junk. So I got another battery and we're gonna get that thing on there, okay? We'll see what happens. Okay, here's the battery I put on it, Autocraft. It actually came off of my boat outside that we'll get into later. So this is my 69 Super Bee. We're going to see if this thing will start. Almost kind of need to put the camera somewhere so you guys can watch. We're all set up to start the Super Bee. Hopefully it'll start. If not, we'll be back to the drawing board again. I've had this car for probably, I don't even know anymore, 14 years maybe. And I bought it painted and the interior was finished, but nothing else was done. The bottom, the bumpers I had, but they weren't on it, none of the grill, the motor, nothing. Just painted interior, that was it. And it's been a lot of work, but it came a long way. And we're just about done with it. It needs a few things, but hopefully it won't need a starter. That's the sound I was looking for. It was the battery after all. So we're gonna go ahead and get the top off this thing. It's a little dusty, but not terrible. Really tight in here. That's why I'm hoping someday to get a tool room built on to my building here. And then I can get all this junk in there. And I'll have a little bit more room in here. Maybe, if everything's good, I'll have a lift right here where the Super Bee is. Wouldn't that be nice? I've never had one. I worked places where they had them. Plenty of those. Yeah, this thing is filthy. Maybe I'll rinse it off today. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? So I need some gas. Should be plenty. Yeah, I think we may have something. I was really thinking it was the starter at first, but that battery's been on here for a long time. But getting back to this car, I actually had the dash restored. Right now it's got 61 miles on it, so in 14 years I've driven this car less than 100 miles. Not because I didn't want to drive it, because it always needed something. It just can't be finished. But I put 2 used transmissions in it, and they both ended up being bad. I had one rebuilt. It's ready to go in, but this thing doesn't have the Dana 60 under it. So I want to get the Dana 60 under it, and which then I'll probably I can drop the differential, then I can drop the exhaust, and then I can get the transmission out much easier, which you have to drop the exhaust anyway on these things. They have what's called an H pipe, and the H pipe is right under the transmission, so it won't come out. So when I put the motor in, actually, a friend of mine, we lifted up the transmission and got it over the H pipe and just let it sit there until I finally got around to getting the motor in. So, but anyway, don't want to do that. It's got the wrong water pump, so going to the radiator hose, going from the water pump to the radiator, it's blocking my timing tag, so I can't set the timing. it's blocking the timing indicator. There's a little tag down there that has the markings for timing to set that, and it actually blocks it. You can't even see it. So I need to put a different radiator because it'll be crossed. Get the right water pump on there, and then I'll be able to set my timing. Because right now this thing is just a dog. I haven't tuned it. You know, I just drive it in and out, wash it sometimes. I did get it inspected and did get some historical tags on it. I'm just kind of looking at something here. So let's see if we can get it started. I can talk, but I know you guys want to hear this thing run. It does have a miss. I know which plug it is. I can show you how to check that later. Looks like this thing is choked all the way, so it should start pretty easy. Get some gas in there, and hopefully put a little bit in here too. We'll put a little bit in it's got a 6-pack, so it's got 3 carburetors. Put a little bit in that one, and put a little bit in that one, and we'll put in the middle, we put a little extra, not a lot. You can always put more. We will let her choke. That's one thing about Chryslers. They're bad about over choking, and that thing is just slammed shut. So it's easy to flood them, so you don't want to like be pumping the gas on these things. As usual, it starts right away. That's what happens when you spend a lot of money to actually start. So let's do this again. I'm going to put it in the center carburetor. Hard to do because this thing's got almost a gallon in it. Can't hardly hold it. You kind of want to put your breather on. I should have had it on earlier, you know, because these things do flame up. There's a lot of gas poured down in there, and you don't want to catch your car on fire. So it's better to just go ahead, take the time, and put your breather back on. You know, unless it's something you're not that worried about. But something like this, you just don't want it flaming up. I don't anyway. I think there's enough gas to kick her off. We got enough battery to spin it. So let's let her rip. Get it out. We'll back it out so you can see. I thought I'd set the camera back here for a minute. Definitely got running pretty rich right now. I guess all the gas on board is starting to choke. So we'll see how it turns out. Gas. burned pretty rich. I haven't done anything with those carburetors. I just put them on and adjusted them a little bit. But I think they probably need to be rejetted a little bit. And once they get the timing set right and everything, we'll see what happens. But that's her 1969 Super Bee. I think we'll see the speedometer here. It sits, let me hold it steady. 61 miles. Pathetic. It's got what's called a tick-tock dash. It's got a clock and a tack. Tic-tac, or whatever you want to call it. Four shifter, automatic. Door shut nice. So I think I'll shut it. I don't know. I'm gonna put some gas in it. It's gonna be. I'm gonna set this thing down. I'm gonna let it warm up. But there's very little gas in it. It might run out. So I think I want to put some in there. Set this down, and we'll pour some gas in this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off. That's gas. That's smoke. It's not really rich. It's not oil smoke at all. That thing, Six Pac they call it. Alright, so I need my funnel. And I need some gas. One thing about this gas too is just regular gas. It's not premium or even mid-grade. Ah, look at the lawnmower gas. Okay. The bad thing is my funnel. My funnel I think I might have another funnel. Alright, there we go again. I usually just keep this tank just like almost empty and just add a gallon or two or three, whatever, to it and just let it run every time I start it. Let it warm up really good and warm. Back it in and out of the garage. That's about it. Until I get that transmission fixed, I can finally enjoy it. Looking forward to that day. You know, do some car shows and meet more car people. That ought to be enough gas. I'm not really a hat person, you know. One time I worked in a co-op and I got fired, and we had to wear the stupid hats all the time. I threw my hat out the parking lot and didn't wear them for a long time. I'm wearing this one today because it's 43 degrees. All right, fire it back up again. Warm up, the choke will open. It won't be so rich. I won't even get in. Timing's way off on it. I just set it by ear. I haven't done much. I'm gonna back it out. Something that freaked me out is those campers. Crap out of them. I heard Pants up. Ready to get in those 36s again. 38s right now. Alright. Mean machine. I'll get it done. Almost there though. I'll let it run. Yeah, 1969 when these things came out, the 440 six-pack cars had what's called a Dana 60 under them, which was a much more heavy-duty differential. And then they had low gears from the factory of 411 gears, and so that, you know, they'd buy them off the showroom floor, and go racing that night, and then drive it to work the next day. I guess since I haven't been able to drive it for 14 years, it actually probably saved it. Who knows? I might have to wrap this thing around a tree or put it done. I had a 69 Roadrunner. I'll show you that in a little bit. And I sold that car thinking I was going to kill myself in that stupid thing. And it had a Dana 6411 in it. And it beat everybody in town with a 383. Pretty wicked. Heater's blowing nice and warm. I gotta get this thing fixed, man. If I can start enjoying it, hell, I can drive it in the wintertime, feel good heat. So, yeah. Gotta love it. You gotta get a radio in it too, that's another thing. And I think it's warmed up enough now. It's not putting out all that stupid smoke. Oh yeah. There she is. Get you up there where you can hear it. 440. Show you that Roadrunner. If I would just got this Roadrunner back, I was trying to buy it from a farmer that bought it from the kid I traded it to. And you might have seen this picture on Facebook. But that's the Roadrunner out in the farmer's field. And it's, you know, when I bought it from my friend, it had been painted. Pretty much, it was a really nice condition. All original matching numbers. And now it's in really bad condition again, but I wanted that car so bad. And I ended up buying a Charger, sold the Charger, bought a 69, it was a sports satellite, sold that one, and then I got this one. I'm pretty happy. And that's not the only one. So we're gonna get into that one though. When we do the rear end swap, the transmission, all that, I'll get you guys involved in that. There's these Super Bs, you know, I mean, when you're under them, it's kind of tight under there. Everything is engineered really well on these cars. Super nice car. So I'm going to shut this thing off and hi guys, hope you enjoyed the car, and we'll look at it again, so don't worry, we'll be seeing this thing more. Bye.